Hi there, this is Teresa. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to take a look at you versus your person. We're going to see what are your feelings and intentions versus your person. Keep in mind, this is a general collective reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with Aries first. Aries, what is your person? Feelings and intentions, and what are yours? Your feelings is the Three of Wands. Your intentions is the King of Pentacles. Your person's feelings is the Five of Cups. Their intentions is the Emperor. You could be dealing with another Aries. So the overall energy between the two of you is the Moon, and the likely outcome is the Three of Pentacles. So it looks like for you, Aries, you're waiting for something from your person. Your intentions is to provide stability and security within the situation, within yourself, maybe focusing on your money, your abundance, your finances. Either way, you're waiting for your person to step up and give you the same thing in return. Your person is feeling hurt and disappointed over something that's happened, something that has affected them emotionally in the situation. Their intentions is to be a little bit stubborn, maybe even a little bit rigid, holding back with their time or their efforts right now. The energy between the two of you is the Moon, so it does look like there is something that has impacted the situation. You both maybe are feeling intuitively, you're waiting on your person to say something, your person's waiting for you to maybe apologize or resolve the issue. Likely outcome is the Three of Pentacles, so you both do want to work it out at the end of the day. It's just a matter of how is it going to get worked out. So what is this Moon energy between the two of you? Why is the Moon here for Aries and their person? The Two of Swords, the Temperance, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so your person feels like you said something that made them feel manipulated. We do have that Magician in reverse hidden at the bottom of the deck. They're patiently waiting because they feel confused as to why you would try to manipulate them. If you want to be with them and you want a sense of stability and security, why have you said or done something that made them feel manipulated with their emotions? They have contemplated walking away, but they're just patiently waiting for you to come towards them to deal with the issue head on. All right, let's get some advice for Aries. What is the advice for Aries at this time? What's the best advice for Aries? Be authentic. Stay true to yourself and your values. Embrace your own uniqueness and express it confidently. If you know that what you said was not manipulative, you may be the one who is patiently waiting for your person, but maybe you're the one who has to step up and say something to your person now without waiting for them to come back towards you. In order to resolve it, you are going to have to be very focused on being confident with expressing your feelings and emotions and maybe not waiting for your person to do that. But it does look like the likely outcome is that Three of Pentacles. You guys can work it out. You just have to be fully honest with each other. Taurus. You want your own personalized in-depth reading. My website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hours turnaround. All right, Taurus, you versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions versus your person? Your feelings, the Two of Pentacles. Your intentions is the Page of Cups. Your person's feeling is the Seven of Pentacles. Their intentions is the Knight of Cups. The energy between the two of you is the Four of Pentacles. The likely outcome is the Star. So right now, Taurus, you feel like you're going back and forth. Is this person all in or are they not all in? You're not really sure if they're juggling you or if they're making this a priority. Yes, no is what I'm hearing. Your intentions is you're waiting to have a conversation with your person. You're waiting for this person to apologize. If you are the one who is juggling them, making other people, places, things a priority, you may be intending to apologize for that. Your person's intentions, Taurus, they feel like they've invested a lot. They expect a return on that investment. Their intentions is they're leading with their heart coming towards you with that Knight of Cups. They do anticipate that they will be able to resolve the issue because they are leading with their emotions. The energy between the two of you is the Four of Pentacles. So for right now, in the current moment, both of you are still holding on to each other, but you're also being stubborn at the same time, not coming towards each other. Likely outcome is the Star. So there is some healing that does need to happen. If there's not healing, there's going to be a missed opportunity between the two of you. Why is the Four of Pentacles here between Taurus and their person? Why is there a stubbornness or possessive energy? Okay, so neither one of you wants to be the one to break the silence. Neither one of you wants to fully commit to go towards the other person. Taurus, you could feel like your person was juggling you or you were juggling them. Your person feels like they've invested a lot and they've invested a lot of emotions and feelings. Either way, someone has to break the silence. So what's going to be the likely outcome between Taurus and their person in order to heal things? King of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Ace of Swords. You both are going to have to cut through the chase and realize who really was giving more in the situation. Understanding that, and whoever wasn't needs to take that accountability, whether that's you, Taurus, or your person. If you want to restabilize the connection and be able to bear fruit on the investment up to this point and continue to restabilize it, the truth needs to come out that someone has to take that accountability. So Taurus, if you were juggling your person, you do need to go towards them and give them an apology. If your person is the one who was juggling you, they are going to come towards you with emotion, with their love and their affection to let you know that they are taking that accountability. What is the advice for Taurus at this time? What is it you need to know? What do you need to hear? Express yourself. Discover the solution and approach it. Have patience with this approach, but if you want a solution to the problem and you feel like you were the problem and you want success in this, you're going to have to be the one who expresses the truth. You're going to have to cut to the chase and go towards your person. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Gemini, you versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions versus your person, Gemini? Your feelings is the Ten of Pentacles. Your intentions is the Queen of Wands. Your person's feelings is the Eight of Wands. Their intentions is the Four of Wands. The energy between the two of you is the World. Likely outcome is the Nine of Wands. Okay, so right now, Gemini, you could be married to this person or you live together. There's an anticipation of something long-term. You feel like they are your happily ever after. They are the person you're supposed to be with forever. Your intentions is you're confident about that. You 100% know that there's a sense of stability and security in this connection for the long term, and maybe you're ready to finally express the truth to your person that you are optimistic and determined that this person is your family and that maybe you want to have a family with them. Your person's feelings is that Eight of Wands. So they're coming in really fast with communication. Their intentions is to tell you they want to marry you. They want to have a home together, that you are their forever person. So you're very much mirroring each other with your feelings and intentions. The energy between you and your person, Gemini, is the World. Something has to come to an end. So if you're not in a relationship, it looks like both of you are ending the cycle of being single and you're joining together into a partnership. If you're already into a partnership, into a relationship, you're going to elevate to the next level. You're closing out that maybe you're getting engaged or you're getting married or you're starting to buy a home or build a business. There's something new that's happening. Likely outcome is the Nine of Wands. So I want to see, why is their trust been compromised here? Why is the Nine of Wands the likely outcome for Gemini and their person? Okay, so there's some type of truth about what the potential plans for the future are. And it could be that somebody's been a little bit wishy-washy, a little bit erratic or impulsive about making a decision and not really just pulling the trigger. It could be you, Gemini. It could be your person. I feel like it's your person with the communication because they're coming in fast with a lot of words. So it feels like it could be your person that they're not trusting themselves. They're not trusting you, that there potentially is going to be a future, or that you potentially don't want a future with them. And they want to clarify that with that Ace of Swords. They want to be very crystal clear with what they're thinking and what you're thinking to make sure that you are in alignment with what you both want for the future. So what's going to be the likely outcome? Okay, so it looks like this person doesn't want to have to lie, but they are going to lie that they've had their doubts, that you've been a little bit stubborn or rigid at certain times. Maybe you've been a little bit critical of their intentions, but they're coming in letting you know that they do want this, that they're going to be very direct with their communication, that they do want the same thing as you. They maybe just are going about it the wrong way. So what is the advice for Gemini in this situation? What is it that Gemini needs to know? I've seen release control. So you could be trying to control the narrative, maybe needing your person to have a little bit of control. You could be dealing with an Aries. Let love in. Open your heart to the abundance that this person is trying to give to you with this new beginning and welcome it. Maybe you've been trying to push the narrative on your time, not on you and your person's time, and that could be impacting the dynamic. So lead with love when it comes to your situation. Cancer. All right, Cancer. You want your own personalized in-depth reading? My website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Cancer. You versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions versus your person? Those with Cancer placements. Feelings, intention for them and their person on their mind. All right, Cancer, your feelings is the Five of Pentacles. Your intentions is the Chariot. Your person's feelings is the Seven of Wands. Their intentions is the Five of Cups. The energy between the two of you is the Ten of Swords. The likely outcome is the Four of Wands. So Cancer, right now, you feel like your person has abandoned you. They've left you out in the cold. They've neglected you. They have maybe pushed you away. They've not made you feel relevant when it comes to the situation. And you're feeling hopeless. You're feeling very isolated. You're feeling at a loss. Your intentions is to not let it hold you back, to just keep moving forward, to keep moving in whatever direction you need to move, and try to look at things black and white, not look at the gray area. Your person, Cancer, they're in the Seven of Wands energy. So they're very defensive. They're defending their stance or their position when it comes to the situation between the two of you. They feel like they have to be in protection mode. Maybe you have told them they've abandoned you or left you out in the cold, and they have blamed you. They feel like they've been attacked, they've been harassed, or they've just had to put their boundaries or their guard up with that Seven of Wands. Their intentions is they're hurt and disappointed, but they're not wanting to show to you that they're hurt and disappointed over what's transpired between the two of you. Now, the energy between the two of you is that Ten of Swords. So there is a sense of defeat here. You both feel like you've been through the war and back, and you're both wounded. Both of you have caused hurt and pain to each other, and you both are feeling it. Likely outcome is the Four of Wands. So it looks like you both want to restabilize the connection. You want to have some sense of stability and rejoining at some point. So clarify, why is the Ten of Swords here? Why is there this defeated energy between Cancer and their person? The Emperor, the Four of Swords, and the Judgment. We also have the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So either you or your person or both of you have tried to play victim of circumstances in the situation. And both of you are having to get to a point of peace with realizing that maybe both of you aren't the victim, that maybe both of you have to take the accountability. Judgment is about understanding the truth and wanting to resolve it, but getting comfortable with understanding if you're going to be rigid and stubborn, you're not going to be able to resolve it. So being able to let go of whatever this victim mindset is that caused the defeat in the situation. Give me one more on that Ten of Swords. Why is the Ten of Swords the defeated energy here? Yeah, there hasn't been enough equal give and take between the two of you. There hasn't been an equal fair balance between the two of you. Cancer, you could be blaming your person gets defensive, your person could be blaming you get defensive. It's kind of like a ping pong effect where both of you are needing to do some healing. Both of you are needing to heal towards each other also. There's also forgiveness that's needed in order for reconciliation to potentially happen. So what's the advice for Cancer? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Conquering any limiting beliefs. Release the limiting beliefs that are holding you back from being able to have reconciliation. So if you are playing the victim in the situation and you can't get out of that mindset, you need to release that if you want to regrow the connection and be able to have that reconciliation with the Judgment there. that you need to get out of your mind, get into your heart, take ownership over what you actually contributed with the situation in order to be able to move forward and have resolution. Doesn't mean that you have to be the only one taking accountability, but you may have to take partial accountability for what's transpired between the two of you. All right, let's move on to Leo. All right, Leo. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Leo. You versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions versus your person? Leo. Your feelings, the Magician. Your intentions is the Queen of Wands. You're coming out with your own intentions, empowered. Your person's feelings is the Knight of Pentacles. Their intentions is the King of Swords. The energy between the two of you is the Two of Pentacles. The likely outcome is the Hermit. You could be dealing with a Virgo. You could also be dealing with an air sign or another fire sign or an earth sign. Leo, you feel like you have all the tools and everything to be able to make this connection happen, to make it last for the long term. Your intention is to still lead with your confidence of knowing what it is that you bring to the table and what you expect coming to the table. Your person is in the Knight of Pentacles with their feelings. So they feel like they're trying to be very practical. They're trying to be very methodical. They're making decisions before taking any action. They could be doing a lot of introspection or even contemplation about decisions that they're making when it comes to the situation. They feel like they need to plan ahead. There's something about your person feeling like they do need to be more responsible and more practical with those decisions. Their intentions is the King of Swords. So they are intending to maybe have certain boundaries in place. They're also intending to have a very honest conversation with you with that King of Swords. The energy between the two of you is the Two of Pentacles. So there is a juggling back and forth where you feel that you have everything to offer your person. Your person should be offering you the same. Maybe they're not making you a priority. Your person feels like they're making a plan, that they're not taking action, maybe because their plans haven't come through yet. The likely outcome is you both are kind of in solitude. You both are going within, trying to gain more knowledge and information about the situation. Why is the Two of Pentacles between Leo and their person? Why is the Two of Pentacles here? Four of Swords. Queen of Swords. We have divine counterparts. And the Devil. Okay, so with that Two of Pentacles, clarifying that, the Four of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Devil. So you could be very critical of what your person is doing because they say a lot of things, but their actions haven't implemented. Your person could feel like you're attached to things being a certain way. Hidden at the bottom of the deck is that Six of Pentacles. So there could be someone is giving more to outside circumstances than the connection itself. That could be why there's a juggling energy. There's definitely maybe even some codependency issues that have impacted the relationship. What's going to be the likely outcome? Clarify the Hermit, Two of Swords, the Tower, and the Eight of Swords. So it looks like both of you are going to feel like a victim, and you're going to feel like you're sitting on the fence, not sure what to do. Hidden at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So you either have known this person for a long time or you're anticipating building a life with this person. Either way, you both are feeling like a victim of the situation or circumstances. There's a sense of confusion of what to do next. All right, let's get some advice for Leo. What is the advice for Leo at this time? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good? What's the advice? Focus on yourself, Leo. Prioritize self-love, self-care. Get into a place where you're meeting your own needs, and then be patient. Wait to see what's going to happen or what your person's doing, because they are making a plan. They just haven't implemented the action behind the plan. All right, Virgo. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Virgo, what are your feelings and intentions versus your person? Virgo and their person. All right, your feelings, Ace of Cups. Your intentions is the Ten of Swords. Your person's feelings is the Four of Swords. Their intentions is the Ten of Wands. You've got 10-10 out here. The energy between the two of you is the Ten of Pentacles. The likely outcome is the Seven of Cups. We also have the Emperor hidden at the bottom of the deck. You could have a child with this person. You could be dealing with an Aries. Okay, so Virgo, it looks like you're feeling like this is maybe a new relationship or a newer connection. You are emotionally giving to the situation. Your intentions is the Ten of Swords. So you're wanting to put something to end. You feel defeated. You feel like, to understand if this is a newer relationship, why does it feel like you're feeling defeated? You're up against something. Your person feels the Four of Swords, so they maybe are in isolation mode. They could be being silent from you right now. They could feel a sense of comfort and peace withdrawing from you or the situation between the two of you. Their intentions is the Ten of Wands. So they also feel the same thing you're feeling, that there's been this battle between the two of you persistently, and you both are maybe learning from the experience that has not been a great experience, that something has happened repeatedly, and you both are feeling that with the intentions that something has been a repeated cycle. Now, the energy between the two of you is that Ten of Pentacles. So you could be building a life with this person. You could have children with this person. There's a sense of longevity that the two of you want. Likely outcome is the Seven of Cups. So there's some choices and decisions that need to be made in order to resolve whatever this defeated energy is. Clarify the Seven of Cups, the Death card, Six of Wands, and the Devil. Could be dealing with a Scorpio and Capricorn energy. We also have the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So the choice is something has to change if you want victory and success. There's something toxic that has impeded person, place, thing, or even a belief system that needs to be openly talked about and needs to come to a resolution. If the two of you want this Ten of Pentacles, there has to be a energy of, you know what we've done up to this point isn't working. How can we change it? With the Death card, doesn't mean it has to be coming to an end. It can, but it looks like you both are obsessed with wanting this and wanting victory and success. So you have to kind of go back to the drawing board and figure out, how do we effectively communicate so we both get our needs met? So the Death card is all about, there has to be something that changes because this repeated mistake keeps happening and it's causing a toxic attachment that both of you feel defeated when it happens. So what is the advice for Virgo at this time? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good? What's the advice? Have confidence in every situation. Don't allow fights or disagreements to take you to a place of feeling like maybe it's over. That you need to be confident to trust so that you and your person can handle all these challenges and you both can come up with a solution to the problem. That it doesn't have to be a fight or flight, but it could be an open dialogue of, how do we meet in the middle? How do we both get our needs met so we don't feel defeated when this happens? How do we not keep repeating the same mistake? Libra, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Libra, you versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions versus your person? Libra, you versus your person. Libra, those with Libra placement. Your feelings, Four of Cups. Your intentions is the Queen of Pentacles. Your person's feelings is the Five of Wands. Their intentions is the Seven of Cups. The energy between the two of you is the Ace of Cups. The likely outcome is the Two of Swords. So Libra, you're feeling like bored or discontent with this person. Your intentions is to focus on your money, your abundance, your responsibilities and obligations in life. Your person is feeling like they have to compete for you, that it's always a fight. There's always disagreements. They're always having to do this power struggle with you. Their intentions is to figure out what are their choices and options at this point. What can they do to either resolve the issue with you, or are they going to be tempted to go towards a different opportunity with someone else potentially? Now, the energy between the two of you is the Ace of Cups. So that tells me there's potentially, this is a newer connection. You both are feeling the newness of the connection. The likely outcome is you both are uncertain of where this is really going, what's going to happen. So let's clarify, why is Libra bored in the connection with this person? Why is the Four of Cups here? Okay, so you're wanting somebody who maybe you can connect more on an intellectual level, that you're not finding that this person is somebody that you feel as drawn to as you once did. Why is Libra's person feeling like it's a fight, that maybe there's competition, or maybe they're putting them in competition? Okay, so they are trying to make the choice and decision if they just want to let this go or if they want to keep sacrificing their time. Why is the Two of Swords for the likely outcome? We've got the Lovers, the Three of Wands, and the Page of Swords. You're both observing each other saying, you know what, maybe this isn't going to work. Maybe I'm sacrificing my own happiness, trying to make this work, and it's just not working. Maybe potentially in the future, there is somebody more in alignment for me. So let's get some advice for Libra. What is the advice for Libra? What is it you need to know? What do you need to hear? You could be dealing with a Gemini or a Taurus. You could feel a heavy drawn to this person. There is soulmate energy out here, but it could be a karmic soulmate. Could be a karmic lesson you're supposed to master that you just haven't mastered yet. Look at that. That's your advice, self-worth. You deserve love, respect, and abundance. And if this connection is limiting your full potential, there's a reason why. So this could be a karmic lesson. You're supposed to recognize your own value and worth. That is your advice. All right. Scorpio, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Scorpio, you versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions versus your person, Scorpio? Scorpio and their person. Your feelings, the Temperance. Your intentions is the Moon, both major arcana. You could be dealing with Sagittarius or Cancer. Your person's feelings is the Nine of Swords. Their intentions is the Eight of Pentacles. The energy between the two of you is the Three of Pentacles. The likely outcome is the Two of Wands. So Scorpio, you feel like you're trying to be patient. You're still pouring into connection, but your intentions is to try to listen to your intuition, that maybe this is an opportunity you don't want anymore. Now, Scorpio, your person feels a little bit like helpless. They're worried. They're kind of concerned that you're not maybe giving them what they need. Their intentions maybe is to start focusing on their job or their career, focus on their skills or their craft at this time. The energy between the two of you is Three of Pentacles. You may work together. You may be at the same place of work, which is making it difficult. You also may be thinking, how could we potentially work this out? Likely outcome is the Two of Wands. You're both kind of waiting to see what the other one's going to do. Clarify the Two of Wands, Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, all major arcana. So both of you feel like you're waiting for the other person to make a decision about what's going to happen. And that's going to be the turning point. So Scorpio, if you decide you want to part ways, your person's waiting for you to tell them that. If your person decides they want to focus on their work, you're waiting for them to tell you that. So you both are kind of waiting for each other to move forward. What's going to be the advice for Scorpio at this time? What is it they need to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good? Scorpio. What's the advice for Scorpio? Growth mindset. Recognize that every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity for you to grow and learn what you like. It challenges for you to get into alignment with your own abundance. Abundance is just not money. It's spiritually, physically, financially, intimately. There is something about you being in more of a growth mindset. Are you patiently waiting to grow with this person or grow apart from this person? All right, let's move on to Sagittarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Sagittarius, you versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions versus your person? Sagittarius. Your feelings, Knight of Swords. Your intentions is the Moon. You could be dealing with a Cancer. Your person's feelings is the Strength. You could be dealing with a Leo. Their intentions is the Empress, Taurus energy. You could be, you could have a child with this person. The energy between the two of you is the Three of Swords. So there's some hurt and disappointment. There could be a third party. Likely outcome is the King of Cups. So Sagittarius, you're wanting to come in and defend your stance. Defend the hurt and pain that you're feeling in the situation. Your intentions is, you feel like you want to do that, but your intentions is to hold back and not do that, to suppress them. Your person feels they're all in their ego. They're very prideful. They're very strong and courageous. They have the willpower to keep moving forward, even though they may feel hurt and disappointed from you. Their intentions is the Empress. So they're nurturing themselves. They're taking care of themselves. If you share children, they're taking care of the children. The likely outcome is the King of Cups. Why, first of all, why is the Three of Swords here between Sagittarius and their person? Why is the Three of Swords here? Queen of Swords and Three of Pentacles. So somebody put boundaries with the other person and decided to go towards a third party. We got Six of Pentacles hidden at the bottom of the deck. Someone was giving to someone else and cut the other person off. Why is the King of Cups the likely outcome? Two of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. We also have the Knight of Cups hidden. So Sagittarius, because you're the one who feels like you have something to say, it looks like you're waiting for communication to come from this person. You're going to feel a little bit helpless and hopeless energy. It looks like you may still have feelings and emotions with that King of Cups. You may get to the point where you're done waiting and you move forward towards this person here in the near future and try to do it quickly about trying to resolve it. It looks like you may mention that you feel left out in the cold. You may feel abandoned from this person. So if your person puts you in a third party, they went towards someone else, you're upset about that, is what it looks like. So likely outcome is you're going to defend your stance with that communication that you feel that your person abandoned you in the situation. What is the advice for Sagittarius? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good at this time? Sagittarius. Find happiness and embrace the joy and the simple things in life. And if you feel you need to take action to find your happiness with this person, then that is, so be it. That is what you should do. Maybe having closure will give you the joy you need. All right, let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. Do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Capricorn, you versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions? What are your person's feelings and intentions? Capricorn. You're feeling the Page of Wands. Your intentions is the Nine of Pentacles. Your person's feelings is the World. Their intentions is the Knight of Swords. The energy between the two of you is the Star. The likely outcome is the Two of Pentacles. We also have the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There could have been a breakup between the two of you. Capricorn, it looks like you're feeling like you want to say something. You want to communicate something to your person. Your intentions is you're ready to be single and independent. You're ready to focus on your money. You realize you may want this person, but you don't need them as a part of your life. That could be what you want to communicate. It looks like your person feels the World. They feel like something's come to an end. There's a cycle that is needing to be closed with the two of you. Their intentions is to come in to defend their stance. So maybe you broke up with this person. They want to come in and defend their stance because the energy between the two of you is the Star. So Capricorn, you could feel like you need to heal from what's happened and you're done and you want to focus on healing your emotions. Your person could feel like they want to heal the connection. They want to pour back into the connection. Likely outcome is the Two of Pentacles. So there is a back and forth energy here. Okay, clarifying that is the Devil, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Wands. So your person is obsessed with leading with their heart here in the near future, wanting to come towards you. They feel like a victim of circumstance of whatever this ending was. Why ever you ended it, they feel like they're a victim of that situation and they want to be able to express it. They're obsessively figuring out the words they're going to say here in the near future to let you know they do feel like a victim and they're confused as to why you don't want to fix or resolve the situation. All right, what is the advice for Capricorn? What is it Capricorn needs to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good? What is the advice for Capricorn at this time? Embrace your own flaws. So if you know that there are some things that you do that maybe contributed to the demise of the connection, that has afforded it to break down. And you really haven't been genuine with yourself, with understanding that you also have flaws. That might be something that you need to be able to embrace, that maybe there are certain flaws that were included on your side that did contribute to the breakdown of the relationship. Aquarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Aquarius, you versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions versus your person, Aquarius? What is Aquarius's feelings and intentions versus their person? Your feelings, Ace of Wands. Your intentions is the Page of Pentacles. Your person's feelings is the Death card. Their intentions is the Eight of Pentacles. The energy between the two of you is the Hangman. You could be dealing with the Pisces or Scorpio. Likely outcome is the Queen of Cups. So Aquarius, this is a newer person you feel very attracted to. You were ambitiously pursuing this connection. Maybe you slept with this person. Your intentions is to reach out to them. You want to know why they're not taking action towards you. Your person's energy is the Death card. So they've put an end to it. Something has shifted or changed in their perspective. Their intentions is to focus on their job or their career. The energy between the two of you is the Hanged One. So you could be dealing with the Pisces or Scorpio. Could be you, could be them. Either way, somebody is sacrificing and letting the connection go. Likely outcome is the Queen of Cups. There's needing for self-love, sympathy, and self-devotion. Why is the Queen of Cups here? The King of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Hierophant. So learning self-love and compassion. Somebody is maybe not making this a priority anymore. It feels like your person, Aquarius. The likely outcome is they are going to set boundaries in place. They're keeping their options open. They're fully committing to wanting to date other people or pursue other people. So what is the advice for Aquarius at this time? What is it they need to know? What is it they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good, Aquarius? What do you need to know? What do you need to hear? Find balance in prioritizing self-care and making your work-life balance more healthy. And you maybe pushed other people away because of this connection. Feel empowered to heal relationships if you did push your friends or your family or other people away. Don't feel resentful that you push them away because of this person. Just recognize how you need to heal those connections now. Pisces. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Pisces, you versus your person. What are your feelings and intentions? What is your person's feelings and intentions? Pisces. One more. All right, your feelings. Six of Cups. Your intentions is King of Pentacles. Your person's feelings is the Ten of Cups. Their intentions is the Ace of Wands. The energy between the two of you is the World. The likely outcome is the Page of Swords. So Pisces, you feel like you love this person. You feel very drawn to this person. You feel like there was an emotional connection at one point, that there was established bond. Maybe you've known each other for a very long time, or your inner child had bonded over something. There was an emotional attachment. You could still be in love with this person. Your intentions is the King of Pentacles, so you're focusing on your money, your career, your finances, your abundance. Your person feels the Ten of Cups. They could be in another relationship with someone else. They could be married to someone else and have children with someone else. They could feel like they need to focus on their family or their children, their emotional happiness. Their intentions is the Ace of Wands. So they're looking at this connection or this relationship as it was an intimate relationship. The energy between the two of you is the World. So something has come to an end. So if you did hook up with this person, maybe you guys are no longer in contact or communication. It might have just been a fling. And likely outcome is the Page of Swords. So it looks like you both are kind of observing each other, curious, maybe watching each other's social media. Why is the Page of Swords there? Two of Swords, the Fool, and the Page of Wands. So one or both of you is uncertain about what's happening. You're both at a standstill. Maybe there hasn't been communication. Somebody does want to communicate here in the near future. and wants to apologize. I feel like it's your person because they're leading with that Ace of Wands was their intention. So they may be intended to come towards you for a lustful, desirable connection and nothing more, nothing less. Because it does look like there is an apology being hidden at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so let's get some advice for Pisces. What is it you need to know? What do you need to hear that's going to serve your highest good at this time, Pisces? Celebrate and recognize any progress or milestones you've had and just be grateful for the lesson that you've learned with this situation. You're learning a valuable lesson with this experience. There's a lesson attached to every encounter you have in your life. And even though this person was maybe very kind, very compassionate towards you, understand that, be grateful for the effort that they did put in, but realize that your journey doesn't stop just because you're not with this person anymore. That there are other people that you're going to be grateful to go towards, and they're going to be grateful to go towards you. That maybe this is a person that, even if there are boundaries set in place now, and there is a sense of uncertainty because you're no longer in contact with that world, it looks like the cycle's closed out. Understand that you can embrace and accept yourself for who you are. And that's part of recognizing your value and worth. That maybe you were just in it for something temporary also, and now you're focusing on your career and finances. So just be grateful for the lesson that has been mastered throughout the situation.